Hey guys, and welcome back to part 3, and I believe the final part of the how many cards I can get from one 12 by 12. Now we've so far gotten 32 cards. I just did a count again because I'm not doing this in one sitting like I normally do. I'm kind of walking away and coming back, so I have to refresh my memory. So there's 32 cards to start with, and now we're going to work on some more cards. So I had a thought. I want to use every sticker on this sheet. I know that I can do it. So I'm going to challenge myself to do that, which I know I can. But I was thinking some of these guys are a little small. So let me show you what I'm thinking. So for part 3, I think what I'm going to do is go through and cut a couple of these pages up to be background pages. So like this is a great background page. I think I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to pick another one of my favorites to be a background. One that may have a lot of the colors of the paper pack in it. Maybe this one. I love this guy right here. I love this piece of paper. I think I can do something really cool with these. So what I'm going to do is cut them down into 4 1/4 by 5. Nope, I'm going to cut them into 4 by 5 1/4 pieces of paper so they can be matched for cards. So I'm going to try something. I think this will be really cute. I'm going to cut some tags out of a piece of cardstock. So this is green that I'm going to start with, but I think I'm going to use 2 colors. So this first one, I'm going to cut these strips to 2 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to go back and cut this in half. 2 3/4 should get me even. Yep. Now I'm going to cut this in half at 4 1/4. Then I'll kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do this whole sheet. So I will get 8 out of one sheet of cardstock. And I'm going to need to do another half a sheet because I need 12 of these guys. Now I'm going through my scrap paper and I'm looking for pieces that I can cut down to 2 1/2 by 4. And I'll show you why. Those first pieces, those green pieces I cut, plus this are going to be tags, but they're going to be layered tags. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to punch the little tag corners in the top and use those. So I want to get all the scrap paper used up that I can first. So I'm just getting out pieces and seeing that one's too small. These are just scraps I keep in my pile. Okay, that'll go to 4 inches. So I can use that. Anytime I cut white or anything like that, I just put it into a certain pile, and then I can just come back and take any pieces I need out of it and not waste them. All right, so I'm going to go through and do that. 2 1/2 by 4, and we'll get right back together. Now that I got all these guys cut, I'm going to come through and using my angle punch. I'm going to use the large size or large side, and I'm just going to turn these into tags. So I'll do the white ones, and I'm going to do the green ones to match, and then I'll show you. These will now line up on top of each other to make a cute little tag for the front of my card. All right, so I'm just going to run through and do all of these the same way. I believe I can use all of the stickers on this sheet. I just really believe I can. So I'm going to show you my plan for these little tags. I better go ahead and punch my holes in them or else I'll be messed up if I don't. What I mean by that is I don't want to put a sticker on and then find out later I really needed a hole there, because I think I'm going to tie something in the top of them. I don't know what yet. But I'm just going to go through and punch these little holes so that they'll all match. I'm going to use one of these for a template. Just keep lining that up. And I can punch the green ones. So I'll just take this little guy, lay it on top of the green and make myself a template. Then I'll know all of my holes are going to line up correctly. All right, so there's my template. Let's do these guys. So everything's punched, and now I can start figuring this out. I'm going to look at these these stickers. And for example, this pretty floral piece, I believe can just live right here, just like this. And I'm going to run through and do that with these pieces and see how many I can put on here. And then I can come back and do some stamping. Or for this one in particular, like I may find a little banner I want to use here. This one says Season's Greetings. Let's see what that looks like underneath. Nope, a little too small. I don't want that one there. I'll use that for a bigger sticker. And I'll use this for stamping. So let's see what else we got here. All I Want for Christmas Is You. I bet I can just put that on here. Put it kind of to the middle. And then Every Day Is Like Christmas When I'm With You. This candy cane is so cute. Okay, so here's what's left on the sticker sheet so far. Very little on the sticker sheet. Still thinking about those things, but here's what I did. I got these little stickers done. This one is done all by itself, that little part. But these guys I'm going to come and stamp on. I don't know what I'm going to stamp yet. This won't need stamping. This won't need stamping. Oh, I missed one. Good. Okay, I say good because I've got more stickers. And I even went back and cut some extra tags, which means I need to go cut some extra green to go with it. Look at this guy. I love how that one looks. He's going to hang off a little bit, but he'll be cool. And then I've got a little something I want to do to these. So these need to be stamped. This needs the little something. These are ready to go. So I'll move them off to the side. And I need to find stickers for one that I missed. From my stamp set, Fond Noel, I'm going to use the sentiment that says, "'Tis the season and to be jolly," to put on these tags. I just think that'll be cute and it'll fit no matter what I'm putting it on. And it seems to kind of snuggle up in these corners real well. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ink this up with some VersaFine Onyx Black. And then like right here in this corner, "'Tis the season to be jolly." Goes just like that. I think that'll be cute on all of these tags. So I'm going to run through and stamp that down. Now then, we're going to assemble. I'm going to glue these white pieces onto the green piece. Now I'm not going to pop this up. I'm going to pop the whole tag up on the card. But for this, I'm just going to glue together. This is why I wanted my holes to match up earlier. So this guy just gets glued together like this, and then we'll put a string in it in just a few minutes. So I changed my mind about something. As I was going through, I got to thinking, this would be really cute if it had these little ribbon tails sticking out the top. Let me do it where you can see it. There we go. So it's got these little ribbon tails, and I'm using the scraps from all the pieces that I've cut to make that happen. So what I did, I'll show you how I made that happen. There's one there. We're not done. I'm going to come back and do one more thing to it. But like here is one of the scraps that we had. This one's still got that little white edge on it. I didn't trim that off, so let me trim that away. But I'm going to turn this into what looks like ribbon without having to tie string, and also without having to make the tails just right. Sometimes when I tie string on tags and put it on cards, the tails don't hang really perfect. And I discovered that this is the right length. So I don't know what length this is. I'll measure it. This is what you do. I was just playing around. And let's see how long this is real quick so you'll know. Okay, so this is right at 2 inches. Okay, so what I did was, let's cut it in half roughly. Here, we'll fold it in half first to make this easy. So I fold this in half. I'm going to go ahead and do the ribbon tails on this end. And I was going to just offset this just like it is. Let me show you what I mean. I was going to take this and just offset it to the side, but I like the ribbon showing the same on both sides. So here's what we're doing instead. We're going to cut this in half, and I'm going to cross them over so that I have my 2 points, and then I'm just going to cut it flat across the bottom. So that way it looks like it's running through the tag. That might have been hard to see. Don't worry, we'll do it one more time. But I'm going to go ahead and glue this one and put it onto a card real quick. So I'm going to glue these 2 pieces together like so. And this is cool because I'm going to get to use a lot of those little scraps. Now, I don't think this pink matches this one, but it looks really good with this one. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this. And even though I poked those holes, I'm just going to cover those holes up with these little guys because it looks better anyway. So look how cute that is on there. I like that so much better. Don't worry, I'm going to come back and we're going to put one more embellishment. Let's do another one. Okay, so I want to cut this down to 1 inch. Or 2 inches rather. I'm going to cut this down. I'm just using this piece because I know it's the right length for my measure. So do that, cut that down, and see I can get a bunch. These are those little strips off the end of the page. Isn't that cool? I'm going to fold this over in half, okay? Then I'm going to do ribbon tails through both ends. So I do it once and I get it twice. Pull that away. All right, I'm going to open this up and cut it in half. Cross this over so that both of my little tails are showing. And at the bottom, I can just cut it square. Just like that. Okay? Then I'll pull these apart and glue it. Now, if you're just going to make these with paper and not try to use up your scraps like I am, you're just going to cut yourself a 1 inch by 3/8 of an inch strip. All right, and then cut the little ribbons and lay them over. That's all that is, but I'm just trying to use my scraps up because I think this is a good way to do it. So a little ribbon on the top of my tag. Too cute. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Got all of my ribbons on, and now it is time to foam square them, or foam them up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Scotty here for the thinner thickness. Again, this is because I have a pretty thick tag because I've already done it 2 pieces of cardstock. So I'm just going to run through and do my Scotty just like that. So just cutting myself a piece, cutting it in half, and then on either side of our tag. And then we'll assemble the card fronts before we put them onto the bases. Now for the fun part. So even though I just cut these 2 pieces down, remember I've got the back that I can use of each one. So I've got a plaid, I've got a foil, and I've got a poinsettia, and I've got just a pattern. So what I'm going to do is just take one of these guys off and just see where I like it. If I like it on the foil, if I like it on the plaid, or if I like it on the pattern. And this one I like on just the pattern because it's a little busy. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel these backers off. And my plan is to turn this, whoops, not to drop it. That was not my plan. My plan is to turn this and sit it on an angle. So now we have a little tag on the front of a card. Now this will go on a card base, and I don't know if you noticed, but this way I give my tag friends what they're looking for, and I give my card friends what they're looking for. So what I mean by that is, if you want to make tags, here's a great way to use the stickers to make tags. But if you want to make cards, you can stick them onto a card, and it's a card, right? All right, so there's one card front. I'm going to run through and do that same thing, just choosing where I want these guys to go. I think the script looks good with the script. So I'm going to put this one down here. You can put them straight, you can put them on an angle, however you want to do it. So I'm going to get these done real quick. I was able to make 3 more tags than I'd expected. So I have this paper left. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down for card bases as well, since I have it. So I'm going to cut it to 5 1/4. Not for card bases, but for card mats. Put that aside and then cut this down to 4. And I need 3 of them. Now these guys can go on here, and I'm going to be able to get 12, 15 cards from this. Wow, just from the rest of those stickers. Now I'm going to run through and glue these down to card bases. By the way, my card bases, so whenever we do a Made It Con event, or we do a big event where we do a lot of card kits at one time, I'll go to my local office supply, either Staples or Office Depot or Office Max, and buy white Nina 110-pound cardstock and have them cut them in half for me for bases. So these bases I'm using now are leftovers from Made It Con. So I already had these bases and I didn't want to waste them or cut any more paper since I've got them. But look how quick these are coming together. Super cute, huh? Quick, maybe this is probably the longest I've spent on a card on one design since I've started this. But even though I think I've been working right at an hour, because I happen to know that because I walked back in my room at lunch. So, I mean, this is not bad. About an hour to get these done. And then I have another plan for the rest of my paper. Now I'm going to use my enamel dots. I've taken them out of the package, and I think this will be cute to come up here to the top where those little ribbons are and use this like they are a brad. I'm going to start with these little guys first, and I'm just going to place one. Oops, I don't need to pick it up. I'm just going to place one up there, and it looks just like a little brad, and I didn't have to brad through all of them. Well, I picked up a couple of mats at a couple extra there. Okay, so this one, I'm just looking at the card and deciding what color the brad I want to use. Or they're not brads, the enamel dot I want to use. Use this pale pink one here. I think it'll show up better. And I'm just going to go through and put one of those on every one of these. Those little enamel dots made such a difference. I was not expecting to like those that much, but they really did kind of set that off at the top and kind of bring it all together. So look, a stack full of cards and we're not done. So I have these 3 full sheets left. I'm going to cut these 2 down to the front of card size. So 4 by 5 1/4 to be a mat. And then I'm going to see how many strips of this I need to put across those and turn these 3 sheets into, my plan is I can get 6 and 6, so 12. My plan is to get 12 more cards here. So let's see what we can do. So I've gone through, I've taken the strips, I've cut them all apart, and this is how I'm gonna lay them out. So I'm gonna get 2 of these, okay? This one, I took 2 strips. I like this background, this red, and then this is gonna run across the middle, so that'll be another card front. For this one, I'm gonna get 2 of this one as well, where I'm gonna run this across. I'm thinking I'm gonna run this just across the bottom of that one. So that card front will look like that, and I'll get 2 of those. Then on this little guy, I just think this is cute. So let me show you this, and I'll move this another way for a second. So this little pink one is going to look like this. I think this is cute just to have this little green strip running across because it just says jingle and holly jolly and holidays and things like that. So that's going to be that card front. And then I got this card front. So I'm just going to glue these down. I'm not going to foam them or anything. I'm going to make these kind of like a note card series, you know, that I can just have if I just want to write a holiday note. So I'm just going to glue these together and put them on the front of card fronts, and that will be those cards there. But I still got more, so hang on. So for these pieces, I ended up having 4 left, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make myself some little cards out of those, and I'm using some of the strips from when I cut off, I'm going to do this to 3 1/4. When I cut this off of the papers to make the 5x7 cards, so I'm not putting them to waste. That's 1.5 inches by 3 1/4. I'm going to make myself 4 of these. So remember I told you, hold on to these. These little strips always come in handy. Anytime you need a sentiment, this is the place to go, is to your little scraps from the things like cutting those pieces apart. Let me cut this. Oh, that is 1.5 inches. Perfect. And then to 3 1/4. And I only need 4, so I'm going to put this back into my little scrap pile. And then I'm going to stamp these. And I'm going to use VersaFine Onyx Black again. And since I still have 'Tis the Season to be Jolly on my block, I'm going to use it. Because it works with Santa, right? So I'm just going to put it over here to one side, because then I'm going to ribbon tail these. You know I am. I have to, right? So here we go. So then I'm just going to put a pretty deep ribbon tail in these. I think it'll be cute, especially against the busy background, for this to kind of pop. Just like that. So here's my card fronts. Let's go back to Scotty, because I think these will be cute if we pop them up. I'm going to just cut myself a pretty long piece here. And then flip these guys over. And then put a piece on the back of them. Looks like I'm going to need one more little piece. Now this guy is going to go on the side or on the edge of this right here. 'Tis the season to be jolly with all the little Santa faces. That's cute, and that's easy, right? So I'm trying to use up at least the big sheets of the cardstock. So I'm going to put these down, and then I'm going to glue these to the front of some card bases. So guys, I'm calling this series done. We're going to go through all the cards I got. We're going to get a count, and you're going to see exactly what we did. I feel like I've used this paper. This paper pack doesn't owe me a dime. I have used every bit of the money that I have in it. Trust me, a lot. Ready for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our 5x7 cards. I'll let you see the covers of each of those. So there is that. And then we made these guys using the inspiration of the 5x7. Actually, I don't think these were next, but we're going to go in this order anyway. So then we did these guys. So we have these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in that orientation. So that gives us 20 cards. Let's move these aside. Then we have these guys, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 there. So that's 32 cards. Remember, 1 paper pack so far. So that's all I used in this whole series. So 32 cards. And then today we made these guys, which I think turned out really cute. I don't even know how many we got. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we had 32 plus 15. So that is 47 cards if we include the ones we just counted. But we're not done. Hold on. We got one more stack. Then we got these little like note cards. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you are going to laugh at me, but I have the trusty sidekick in here because we had 57 plus 12.
We had 47.
Oh, 47 plus 12?
That would be 59.
59 cards. I don't think that's too shabby. And I'll show you what's left. Thank you for being here to do the math. I didn't want to mess up, so I was like, trusty sidekick, come here. All right, so have we 59 cards? And then let me show you what's left. You guys are going to laugh. I had these stickers left. And I'm not really sad about that because there's some snowflakes in here I think I can use on other projects. And these other little pieces I can use. I am sad I didn't use the ribbon candy, but I think I can use those on something else. So those are still handy for me to use. And this is the paper. That's the scraps that I had left. Isn't that funny?
Not too bad.
Not bad, huh? 59 cards, this many scraps, this many stickers. I'm happy about it. All right, guys, I hope you followed along, and I want to hear how many cards you made. Now, I could have kept going with those scraps in that pack easily. I could have probably made, using those scraps, I could have got 5 or 10 more cards out of them, no joke. But here's the thing, I'm bored. I'm a creative person. I've done it. I'm bored. I'm being honest with you guys. Sometimes I'm just like, okay, I got to move on to the next project, and that's what I want to do. And I feel very happy to have gotten 59 cards, and I feel like I have a very good start on Christmas cards, all right? Look at these. They're awesome. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do this, I want to see it. Head to our customer gallery at maymaymadeit.com. Put your photo. Put in the description how many cards you got from your paper pack. We love to know that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you again next time. Bye-bye.